WMJI, WMJI, Magic 105.7 with Lanny Malone. A couple of we talked about this for a bit Friday about Rosie and Rosie's The View and her contention that the World Trade Center fell down because somebody inside had something to do with it.
They planted explosives because the plane itself couldn't have brought that thing down and melted steel.
Okay. And this is that fringe element out there that believes the Jews were evacuated right before to make sure that they didn't die because they were part of it. There's all kinds of conspiracy theorists out there, and that's okay. I understand that. Those people are always around. No matter what, you always believe. Dear Lanny, I'm going to comment on the recent remarks by Rosie. As much as you may not like Rosie, I'm no fan. Hearing yourself highly immature and uninformed attack on her during the past Friday show was highly sickening to anyone with any level of intelligence. I emailed you several months ago with my opinion on 9/11, but you immediately labeled me a kook. Do the following individuals look like kooks to you? Ronald's comments are justified. According to the page, with the third building besides towers to whoever collapsed. If you were going to spout off on somebody else's viewpoint, then at least be informed on the topic you were talking about. Google video search any of the following: loose change, terror storm, martial law, 9/11, press for truth, all of which will give you information. The controlled mass media. That's you, Mr. Kulik. The controlled mass media.
I'm controlled.
Will not report on. Well, how are you controlled? I wasn't sure.
You tell me.
Okay.
Who controls me?
I've never found anybody who could yet. I also urge you to look up Operation Northwoods, in which our government planned to commit terrorist acts upon our own citizens to blame Cuba as a pretext to invade. It is a historic fact that government stage events as reasons to attack, invade other countries. Welcome to fascist America disguised as an ultra-democracy. How pathetic. Okay, and there's more. I'm not going to have it all because it's not really worth it.
You call that person a nut job before?
I might have.
I'm sticking by you then, Johnny. That person, you may have said it before. Today, you're still a nut job.
This is interesting. Rosie was so full of crap, her eyes better be brown. This is from Amy. I just finished reading a book, 102 minutes. In fact, we had the people on that wrote 102 minutes, which I thought was an interesting look. At the very end of the book, it talks about why the towers collapsed. The steel didn't melt, but the trusses were over twice the length recommended for the amount of fireproofing on them at the time. With the heat of the fire from the jet fuel, the trusses got soft and started to bend. That was all that was needed to bring the towers down. As for the comments about the Jews, one of the most heartbreaking stories was Abe Zalmanowitz, the Orthodox Jew from Brooklyn. He stayed with his friend Ed, a paraplegic.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
On the 27th floor of the North Tower. He refused to leave. His friend, who was trapped by no elevators working, they both lost their lives. Just as you said. Rosie is nuts. All right. And I mean, there are those out there who believe this country is a giant conspiracy that's out to do terrible things to get whatever they want. And I'm sure anything is possible in the world. It's just I tend not to believe it. If you want to believe that crap, you go right ahead and believe that. But I don't. And I still think we're better than that. And we will continue to believe in that until the day I die. So don't try to change it. It ain't going to work. And if you think I'm stupid or ignorant or immature or whatever you want to call me, that's fine. I have no problem with that at all. I'd much rather be that than you. 5 until 8, WMJI, Magic 105.7.